Hello, Queens. Welcome to the Quantum Queens podcast. My name is Jasmine, and this is a podcast where I speak about women's empowerment, successful mindsets, making money online, and the world of webcam modeling in 2021. Today's topic is going to be an answer to a question that I had on through my YouTube channel about whether or not she would be successful because of her attractiveness, of her perceived level of attractiveness. I had a girl reach out to me. She listened to a couple episodes and she was kind of, on the fence about following her dreams and just modeling and doing what she wants to do. She hates her job. She hates what she does for a living. She wants an easier life. She knows that if she has more confidence in herself, maybe she would be able to do it, but she's having doubts over her physical appearance. And, you know, she called herself ugly. She thinks she's not attractive. She thinks that she won't be able to be successful doing this because of her level of attractiveness. And I thought this would be a great time to make this video because I have an interview coming up with a another content creator. She is a she has a YouTube channel and it's basically empowering um, ugly women or women that call themselves ugly. And it's basically, we're going to be talking about, you know, the entertainment industry. We're going to be talking about pretty privilege, what men actually pay for in this adult industry. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of information, and her channel is really good talking about, you know, women's empowerment, and she's really good at um, empowering women. And I really would like to make this video right now because I think it would be the perfect time because yeah, she has a club called the Ugly Girls Club. And so she basically teaches women that are ugly or who think that they're ugly that their their appearance does not equal their value. Like your value as a woman has nothing to do with your appearance. And I think that is so true. And I wanted to address the young woman that um, sent me this question. And I wanted to make this podcast especially for other women that are going through the same thing. Maybe they want to, pursue a better job, or, maybe they do want to be a webcam model and just, have an easier lifestyle, but they don't think that they'll be successful because of their looks. So, this is definitely going to be for anyone that's hesitant to model because of their looks. Um, what I wanted to say to this is that, being working in this industry for as long as I have, I've honestly I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of attractive women be successful, but I've also seen a lot of conventionally unattractive women be super successful. And I want you to look at this too. Go to any webcam site, and if there's a way to like click on the rankings, or like they usually have a way where you can see who is ranked on the site. So you can see, usually the rank is determined by how much money you make in a specific amount of time, and how much tips you receive in a certain amount of time. So that's how the ranking is calculated. And I have seen some of the most unattractive women that have extremely high ranks. and they're making a lot of money. They're making a really good living if they're working full time on that site because usually to have a high ranking, you have to be on the site for, you know, a certain amount of time. And so I've seen a lot of unconventionally attractive women like reach high ranks and it really had me thinking like, okay, if it's, if looks was everything, right? Then why is it that these women still get to reach the high ranks? And it's not easy to reach a high rank. Like you have to be dedicated, you have to have an actual fan base, you have to have, you know, people tipping you, you have to be not popular, but yeah, you have to be pretty popular. You have to be on the site a lot. You have to have people that actually, or guys that actually like you enough to tip you, and tip you a lot for you to get a high ranking number. And so that goes to show you, if you go and look for yourself, like that goes to show you that you don't have to be the most beautiful person to be successful. You really don't. And if all you're trying to do is replace your income that you're making from your 9 to 5 job, if that's all you're trying to do, you can easily do that. But you just have to have confidence in yourself because I'm going to tell you the thing that's mostly attractive to these guys, um, and it's not looks. It's not looks, because if it was looks, then these girls wouldn't be ranked that high. Okay, it's not looks. And what it is you still have your feminine energy. And even if you're not attractive, but you're a woman, which means you have feminine energy deep within you. And even if you don't, even if you're not girly, just the fact that you're a woman on the inside and your soul is a woman, you give off a certain energy. You give off feminine energy. And that is what the essence of feminine energy. And that is what these guys are attracted to. When you go on the camera, you go live, it's basically a portal. So you're opening up your portal and you're basically sending your energy out to whoever chooses to watch. And so you as a woman, you have feminine energy, and the fact that you're giving your time is a big one because you can be beautiful and not give your time. You can be beautiful and not even go live or not even like give your time on the site, and you cannot not make money. Like it's that simple. You have to share your time. You have to share your time. And that in itself is beautiful because a lot of people don't share their time. They don't want to give that extra time that's not guaranteed an amount of money. People are so hell bent on like, oh, well, I need to be paid X amount for this hour because, that's what I need to survive. Like, no, you need to be okay with giving your time and receiving whatever is given to you. And it's hard to do that at first, but that's what you must do at first is give your time, because giving your time is a very feminine energy thing. Um it's like a very feminine thing. The feminine energy is always giving. It's constantly giving. It's living in the moment. It's overflow of energy. It's just living in flow. And when you give your time, you will automatically be successful because you're giving your time, people are watching you, they're feeling your feminine energy, and in turn, they will tip you for it. Even if you think you're ugly, even if they think, even if you think that you're not the most beautiful, you're still unique You're unique in your own way and you're beautiful in your own way. It doesn't matter how ugly you think you are. Confidence is what's attractive. Confidence is very attractive. You can be the most beautiful person, most beautiful woman, and you could have no confidence whatsoever. Like you could have zero confidence, and that in itself will turn people off. Like that'll make them not attracted to you just because you don't have confidence. If you're beautiful but you don't think you are, and you hide yourself, you you don't spend a lot of time in front of the camera because you don't like how you look, all those things affects your level of success. And so the more confident you are, the more attractive you will be, because the more you will be willing to show yourself and the more you'll be willing to put yourself out there. And confidence is very attractive. When people see a confident person, when people sense your confident energy, they're attracted to that. That's what attracts them to you. And one thing I want to point out is it doesn't matter if you think you're ugly, because if you have a willingness to share, if you have nothing and you have a willingness to share, that's attractive and that's sexy. When people see even if you think you're ugly, right? And other people think you're ugly. But if you're selling something and you have something to offer, if you have something to benefit somebody, if you're giving your time or your energy for somebody else to have, that automatically makes you attractive and sexy. You know, because if attraction was everything, right? If attraction was everything, it doesn't matter. If attraction was everything, ugly people wouldn't survive because nobody would want to, support them or buy anything from them because of how they look. If attraction was everything, if good looks was everything, half of the world wouldn't survive because people wouldn't want to, help or participate or be friends with somebody just because of how they looked. And that's obviously not how it is. And so when you stop putting your worth on your looks, that's when it's game over. That's when you get to start living your life because you realize that your worth is so much bigger than how you look. And another thing I would like to say is that men crave to feel resting feminine energy because their lives are men are masculine. So the major energy that they give off is masculine energy. What is masculine energy? Masculine energy is an energy of, wanting to work. It's an energy of structure. It's an energy of control. It's an energy of, you know, wanting things to be a certain way. The masculine has to always be solving problems. So, in a man's life, they're constantly solving problems. They're constantly working. They're constantly, they're constantly in a state of, rushing, getting things done. That is just like the masculine way. The masculine energy is always getting things done. There's rules, everything has to be done a certain way. That's just like the energy of masculine. It's like go, 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 go. So when they come across or when they see a woman, whether she's beautiful or ugly, whether when they see her resting in her feminine energy, you will seem like the most beautiful thing in the world, even if you're not conventionally attractive, because that is the most valuable thing there is. Like a feminine that's resting in her feminine energy, that is the most prized possession ever. in this masculine world and in their masculine lives. Like, if they have a second to pull up your portal, your cam, and they see you resting in your feminine energy, like just maybe sitting there looking pretty or, looking cute, even if you think you're ugly, if you just sit there and like be relaxed and, you know, you're emanating that relaxed feminine energy, whether you are beautiful or ugly, they will still sense that feminine energy off you, and you will attract viewers and you will attract tips and you'll still make money. Like, it's that simple. I've seen it over and over again. If you go to these webcam sites, you see a lot of girls, you just scroll down, they're all doing the most. um they're probably doing the most for not a lot of tips, but there was this girl I seen one time, and she was a pretty girl, but she wouldn't do the most. She would never really be naked. She would never do like toy play in the public chat. She would never do anything explicit in her public chat room. She would just sit there, look cute, um, maybe conversate with the guys. Um, she would just talk, conversate, and she would always get like the largest tips, and she would always be like a top model in like all the sites she was in. She was like at the top. And I watched her a lot and I realized like she's just sitting there really. Like, she doesn't do a lot. She just sits there. She looks cute. She's relaxed. She's calm. She's not trying to do anything. She's not trying to be something. She's not trying to be entertaining. She's just sitting there as she is, resting in her feminine energy. And that was all it took to bring in all these tips. And I've watched her for a long time and I realized like it's not even about her looks, because I seen another girl do the same thing and she was way less what you would call attractive, conventionally attractive, and she was also a top model. So I realized like it has nothing to do with her looks. Like, these guys aren't tipping her that much because of her looks or because of anything special that she's doing. She's just sitting there, conversating regularly and, pretty quiet, just, sitting there resting. And, men go crazy over that. And that's what I realized that they're addicted to. They're addicted to viewing a woman that's resting in her feminine energy, because nowadays that thing is so rare. The women that are around in today's society are very much in their masculine energy because of, different reasons. Maybe their job, their home life, maybe they don't have a man to be that masculine energy in their life, so they have to take on that energy in that role. Maybe, there's so many reasons why, but what I've come to see is that a lot of women in society are in their masculine. They're always running around, they're always worried, they're always like, you know, doing something. And in a man's day to day life, they don't really get to see a woman that's just resting in their feminine energy, not really worried about anything, not, doing anything extra, just just resting and in the flow of life and just enjoying themselves and just like, you know sitting there resting. Like, a lot of times, like, they don't get to see that. And so that's what I came to discover about, you know why your looks don't matter. Your looks don't matter because at the end of the day, like, you, even if you're ugly, right, you're still a woman. You still have a vagina. You still have woman parts. You still have a feminine soul, and that emanates off of you. And when you accept that, when you accept your natural essence of who you are, that's when you'll win. That's when, you know, all 3D, all physical looks, it goes out the window because now you realize who you are and now you can play the game accordingly. And another reason why, being conventionally attractive does not matter. Like, it matters in a lot of shallow ways, but like, honestly, the reason why it really doesn't matter is because men love variety. They love variety. They love different things. That's the reason why they go to these webcam sites. They go to these other sites to view variety because they don't get that in their day to day. When they're with their wives, they see their wife every day. Like, it's nothing different to them. It's nothing different to them. Men love variety. They love different things. They love to look at different things. Doesn't matter if you're pretty, doesn't matter if you're ugly. They're still gonna look at you regardless because you are different. If every single woman was considered beautiful, like in today's shallow standards of what beautiful means, like if everyone looked like that, it would be so boring. Like, it would be so boring. Men would probably really get bored. Like, there would be nothing interesting. And to be honest, it's all the regular women that aren't conventionally attractive. It's all of them that make it interesting. Because if everyone was beautiful, like if everyone was like drop dead gorgeous, or what you would consider drop dead gorgeous, like it would be so boring. It really would. And I honestly feel like, you know, they just don't want you to know that though. And the reason why men don't want you to know that, this is the secret. This is what they don't want you to know. Even if you're ugly, they still want you and they'll still use you. They'll still use you for your lady parts, for your sex, for your feminine energy. Even if you're ugly, they're still going to use you. They want you to feel ugly so they can take advantage of you. And that's just the truth. That's society. That's this the raw cold truth is they want you to feel ugly. They want you to feel low about yourself. They want you to have low self-esteem so that they can take advantage of you. That's what they want. And it's very important that you know that so that when you go forward into your life, you don't internalize those words. When someone calls you ugly or when someone insults you, they want you to feel low so that they can take advantage of you because they know that if you felt high about yourself, if you felt good about yourself, you wouldn't allow them to treat you the way they're treating you. They want you to have low standards. That's what they want. That's why they don't value or they treat unattractive women like they don't value them because they want them to keep thinking that they're not valuable. If all the unattractive women and women that are considered ugly, if they realized their true worth, all these men out here, all the dusty men that are trying to take advantage, they can't get a higher caliber woman, they can't get the woman that they think is, attractive. They can't get her because of his dustiness and um, how he is as a man. He can't get that woman that he thinks is that beautiful. So he has to get the woman that he knows has no self-esteem. He has to get the woman that he knows he can manipulate. He knows that he can get one up on you because you don't value yourself. He knows that he can get away with doing the bare minimum because you don't know who you are. You don't know your value as a woman. So when you don't know that, these guys can sense that. They can sense it immediately. And so they take advantage of it and they'll use you. They'll use you for your body. They'll use you for your time. They'll use you for your energy. They'll use you for anything that you can offer them that could make their lives better. They will use you. They'll use your resources. They'll use everything that you can offer. They will use it just because they can, because they know that you're not going to stick up for yourself, because they know that you don't have any self worth. And that's why you have to realize your worth. You have to realize what it is that you give off as a woman. Figure out who you really are. When I figured out who I really was and my energy and how powerful it is, that's when I started making the most money. That's when I started being the most successful. That's when I started being the most happy because I know my value. I'm not going to let anybody tell me less. I'm not going to let the words get to me if anyone does insult me because I know who I am and I know how valuable I am. So you have to think the same way about yourself. When they tell you that you're ugly and that you don't matter, they're just telling you that because they want to take advantage of you. They know that they can get something out of you easier because of how low you feel about yourself. And so that's what I really wanted you guys to understand, that it doesn't matter if you're ugly. It doesn't matter if you think you're ugly because at the end of the day, if you're a woman, you have feminine energy in your soul. That is who you were created to be. That is who you are. That beautiful essence of energy is within you. And when you do more inner work and you realize who you really are and you realize the power of that energy and what it holds, you'll be able to use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage. The world is not fair, so you can't play fair in an unfair world. Being ugly does not matter. You're still just as valuable as anybody else. We live in such a superficial world where they'll tell you that if you're, if you're a certain weight, then you're considered unattractive. If you're a certain color, then you're considered unattractive. If you're this or that, then you're considered unattractive. They'll put all these circumstances and um, they'll put all these rules on what is considered attractive and unattractive. But at the end of the day, they're just literally trying to make you feel bad about yourself so that you don't have the confidence to live your life. They don't want you to have the confidence to be happy. They don't want to see you happy. The world thrives on a woman feeling low about herself. They really do. Men that can't live up to anything, they love women that think they're ugly. They love unattractive women because they know that they can do whatever they want with her. And she'll probably stick by his side because she thinks that he's the only man that she can get. They love desperate, unattractive women. And so once you realize that, you'll be able to protect yourself. You'll be able to protect your energy. Realize that confidence is attractive. It doesn't matter how you look. You are unique. You're beautiful. You are your own person. You have your own personality. You have a unique energy signature. You have a unique energetical signature. And when you go out into the world and when people see you, hear you, they can feel your energy. And that is what people get attracted to, not your looks. That is what people tip you for, not your looks. They tip you because they like your energy. And so that's what I would like that young lady to know that, being ugly really doesn't matter. You can be just as successful as the girl that's considered beautiful. Like, it just depends on your mindset. Like, you can be the most drop dead gorgeous woman and have the most horrible mindset, horrible, like, way of thinking. You could still put yourself down. You might still have insecurities. And, that'll reflect on your level of success and your level of happiness. And so, yes, I hope you guys enjoy this episode and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I have more episodes coming. Let me know if this was able to help you, if you got anything valuable out of this episode. Let me know. I'll be making a lot more episodes very, very soon. So stay tuned and let me know if you have any questions. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye.